Hey guys, it's byscreenside, and I'm back with a new apartment build today. This build I called it Tiny Apartment because it is very cramped and packed, and every inch of the floor space has to be used to get everything you need for a house. You do have two bedrooms. It's not a studio apartment. This is the existing layout of the apartment that is there in the game, which is this is the in the fashion district across from the studio apartment that Penny Lothario lives in. So I just kept the floor plan the same as it was. I decided not to like break down walls and make it like a more spacious one bedroom. I more like the idea of having this like tiny little apartment where they have very little like common area space. Everything's kind of smooshed in together, and it gives it a very cluttered and sort of cramped look. And that's where I was going with that. I kept the walls a neutral color because, like I talked about in my last apartment build, I see that it, it this would be more of like a rental type apartment. Like, so, maybe if you own an apartment in the city, you can change the colors on the walls and everything. But most of the time, if you're renting, you're stuck with like whatever neutral color they want to give you in the apartment. So, usually you have to add in color using the decor. So I kind of kept it neutral walls with the idea that maybe this would be more of like a short term starter apartment. It would be good for a single mom, but you could switch some things around, take a couple items out, and make it more like for up to three young adults because there is a sort of kids themed room, but all you would have to pretty much do is take out the toy box and it would be a young adult room. So, yeah. And it's obviously just one bath, so you can see like this is the whole floor plan here. And I just kind of wanted to like make a little entrance area that looked kind of again like cramped up and cute. I don't know, but I do have to say it's been a slow week video wise because it's been a crazy week life wise. I am so sorry, and oh, what else? Oh yeah, the game pack. I haven't even had a chance to talk about the parenting or parenthood game pack. Which I'm intrigued by. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. I'm meant to say I started to say by and I started to say about and it just became like about, sorry. So, killing it. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I about the game pack. I am not I'm not sure. I really can't make up my mind about it whether or not I am excited about the theme or not. Now, I wasn't very excited about vampires when they were first announced, and I wound up loving that game pack. So I've learned to really withhold judgment until I get the pack in my game and see what it's all about. Really. Um, I'm really, really excited. It looks like we're going to be getting like quite a bit of new build and buy content, and I think the whole traits system thing where you can teach them as a parent and it will help them gain traits later in life because I do think we do need more traits. I don't know as yet if they've said or not, but I'm interested to know whether or not you can only get those traits by having them like earn them, or whether or not like if you were just starting off a sim as a young adult, whether or not you could pick like the compassionate trait or whatever. Or does it have to be a sim that's raised in game? That's a question that I have. I don't know if there's been an answer to it as yet. They haven't said that much about it yet. Well, I don't know. We've gotten a couple trailers in at this point, so I guess. And it's only like, I think maybe 4 days or so away from release, the day that this goes out. I'm not sure because I'm not exactly 100% sure of the release date. I think the release date is the 30th. Nah, now I gotta stop and check and see. Yeah, it's 4 days from the day that this goes up because it's the 30th. So I was right. Anywho, so yeah, I had a really busy week. Went to visit both my mom's and my dad's this week. They both live in like my hometown, and I live about an hour outside of it. And I went to see my mom for like just sort of a belated Mother's Day thing. She wasn't in town on actual Mother's Day. And so, I drove up with my boyfriend and, I texted her and I was like, we'll take you out to dinner. We'll buy you dinner for Mother's Day. And we had this really nice dinner. And at the end of dinner, story time, at the end of dinner, um, like neither my mom nor I had finished everything on our plate because it's a restaurant that gives like massively huge portions. And so my mom, she got up to walk away from the table and she said, when the waiter comes by, make sure to get a to go box for me. And, so I can take the rest because she had gotten some chicken she wanted to take home with her. And I was so focused on getting the to go box from the waiter that I did not realize that they, like, at some point, they had just come by the table and picked up my mom's plate. So I was so focused on getting the to go box, I didn't pay attention to what was supposed to go in it. It was like this really funny thing. And so my boyfriend, he looked down and he was like, did they take your mom's food? And I was like, oh no. And I said, oh no, like really louder than I meant to. And like the tables nearby kind of looked over, like, what's going on with this girl? What's she freaking out? And so this really, really nice lady who was sitting next to me, I was like embarrassed. I didn't want to say anything to the waiter or anything about it because I was like, it's probably my fault. Like, I probably wasn't looking, or what if they even came up to me and said, hey, can I take this plate? And I wasn't paying attention because I was looking at my phone. And, but anyway, this really nice lady who was sitting next to me was like, flagged the waiter down and he was like, you took her mom's food before she was ready. And the waiter went and got like a whole new piece of chicken and, like, boxed it up for my mom, who, like, comes back to the table having missed this entire drama. Um, but she got a fresh piece of chicken and all went well. And that's my story. God, my life is boring. Anyway, this is a little kid's room, or what I kind of picture as being like a kid's room. I did it in kind of a little bit of a little girl's room theme. So especially if you're doing like the single mom and daughter, roughing it in the city kind of a storyline, this would be a nice little apartment for them to start out in. Now, when I play tested this apartment, which I did, I did have to switch the position of the lamp in the bed. Even though I had smushed the bed up against the wall pretty far, the Sims still couldn't walk around it, so I just flip flopped the position of the lamp and the bed, and it still looks fine. It's fine. It's basically the same thing. The bedrooms I kept really basic, and we're actually almost ready to be at the end now. Now this part is just, I was actually in the house testing it, or the apartment testing it, and so you might see some of the welcome wagon Sims, and I realized it just kind of looked bare in that corner, so I added in these shelves and cluttered them up just to, carry through the whole cluttered apartment theme. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will have another video up much sooner, I promise. I promise. I actually have a very exciting video coming up this weekend, so look out for that. Good times on Sunday. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for your comments and suggestions and feedback, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.